Hey.
The broadcast is live.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. What's up, bro?
Hey, it's the What's Up Bro podcast. We talk movies, sports, TV shows, pop culture, and it's funny, motherfuckers. With nary signs. I'm like, what? How can this... They have Photoshop. Photoshop exists when this artist rendition was done. How the fuck is this not cooler looking than a sketch that looks like it was done by a hillbilly off the side of the road? What the fuck are we talking? Why is this a thing?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
With Missy.
Just let me finish my thought before you fucking interrupt me. Wrong room to ask questions.
Welcome to the party, pal!
And Mike Markadal.
I'm just glad I like vanilla boring sex like this. I'm glad that the sex I enjoy won't get me killed.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
And we're recording. Welcome, What's Up Bro podcast, your favorite podcast where you come to listen to people talk, debate about shit they don't really know about. I am your host, Nary Signs. With me, as usual, is Steph Mayer Sr. And
Thank you.
back for the umpteenth time. This is like 1,000th time here. We're so grateful to have her. Is Martica Martha Maria Lopez.
Hi, y'all.
Yeah, she can't get rid of us at this
Thank
point.
you.
No, and I don't want to
No,
either.
It's on you. It's on you, really. So anyway, this is the last episode of 2020, guys.
Is it? No shit.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Guys,
it
I've
is.
lost
Well,
all
yeah,
concept
because-
of time.
2020 ends in 2 days. So yes,
Yeah.
at the time of this recording, it's 2 days prior. It's the 29th, right? We're on the 29th.
Yes, it
Right.
is.
So last episode this year, we've done a lot of episodes of WuBro. I don't know exactly how many. I guess I should have probably done that research, at
Prior
any
to
point in time of my prior to. But I would like to say I didn't have time, but I had plenty. I had so much time. I was like, I'm so bored. What is there to do? And I should have looked up how many
Anything
episodes
productive.
of WuBro there were in 2020. Yeah.
you're basically
was so
picking your
weird.
boogers at this point.
I know. But I am it's funny because now that Steph is in Miami,
That's
I-
right.
Yeah.
I am not.
Yeah, I know. And then Mary left right away. He's like, "Oh, welcome back."
I was like, welcome. There's a Mario on here. Bye. And just left.
So how long are you going to be in Miami till?
I'm here for like another month and 3 weeks.
Well, we definitely
Yeah.
should meet up.
Yeah. You actually finally can do a live episode too.
We could.
Yes,
we could.
that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to doing an in-person live because all of our
Yes.
episodes are live.
Yeah.
Unless you're listening to the audio. If you're listening to the audio version of this, then no, we recorded, but we did record it live.
Yeah.
But an in-person live episode, I would love to be able to do that.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
I can't imagine an
Mhm.
edited tight version of this show. I can't.
It
It's all
wouldn't-
just no, it just wouldn't work. Like you could miss half the non sequiturs.
I know. It would. How do you? No, we can't. Right? Like it's weird. It's a weird. Like how do you
No.
edit? Like oh no, I would love somebody to take the time and like every time we get distracted, cut to when we get back to that topic.
Oh,
Like
like
somehow
put a pin in it, and then you finally take the pin out. Like whenever you
Yeah.
finally get back to the thing,
And then you circle back.
Mhm.
Who
and
was
sometimes
it?
you don't get back to it till like 2 episodes later.
That's true.
Stephanie, who was it? There was a friend of yours that you had years ago when you were still living in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
That she was getting upset because every time she would hear like we would go off, you're like, no, but you never finished the original story.
No, I think
And we
I
just
don't know
never
who
did?
I think it was I think it was my friend Jason. He would listen to the podcast.
No, it
and
was a
he'd be like,
girl. It was a girl. She was like Russian or something.
oh no, she's Australian. That was Zoe.
Australian. Same thing. Same thing. We're saying the
Yes,
same thing. I
yeah.
don't-
So she was the one who I met when I was in Thailand, and she was actually my guide while I was there.
Okay.
That's
And then
right. That's
yeah,
right. How did do you guys still talk? Do you still talk to Zoe?
we still keep in contact. We just like not as frequently as we were before, because before I moved her into my place here for a few
So let me
months.
get this straight. So when you were living in Miami, you guys kept in contact often, and then you moved to her country, and you're like, nah, we're fine. We don't need to talk every day.
Well, it became like more casual at that point in the sense of we know it's easier to see each other now, so it's less like hello pen pal, I'm trying to keep in contact, and more like hello friend, like this is what I'm doing, this is what you're doing, we'll see each
Yeah.
other eventually.
Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
mean, it's still a big country. It's still like as if someone decided to move to like California or New York, and you're like, oh, why have you
Yeah,
seen
but
them? I'm like, 'Cause they're in California.
is
New
it the
York."
same time zone? Same time zone though, right? You're in the same
No.
time zone as Zoe.
No, she's on like the other side of the
Alright.
country.
There's a huge chunk of Australia that's not used, right?
Yeah, it's the middle bit.
Yeah.
The middle bit's
It's
like no
weird.
go.
That's so weird how I can't even imagine like part of the US not used. Well, that's true. It is. There's
There's a
it's
lot
called
of
Kentucky.
regional US. Like there's a lot of there's a
Kentucky.
I don't even know what's there. Is that messed up? We should probably find out what's there.
Guys, big news. They just announced that Epstein's girlfriend is found guilty.
I
5 out
know.
of 6
Huge.
charges
What? 5 out of 6, right?
Yeah.
of sexual abuse.
Which is the charge that she didn't get? Which is the charge that she didn't get
Hold
found
on.
guilty?
Do you want me to look that up? Let me look that up really quick.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally just walked in and then the TV was playing and the news was in the background. And it was like
Oh
I
wow.
can't even pronounce
Okay.
her name. Geraldine.
No, it's
something.
Ghislaine Maxwell, guilty of sex trafficking
Yeah.
a minor for Jeffrey Epstein and 4 other charges. A jury in a New York federal court has found Ghislaine Maxwell guilty on 5 of 6 counts related to her role in Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse of minor girls between 1994 and 2004. She was found guilty of 5 federal charges: sex trafficking of a minor, transporting
Mhm.
a minor with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, and 3 related
Isn't that
counts.
sex trafficking? Wait. I'm confused because aren't those two the same thing? I'm not upset. I'm just saying. Isn't
One
that
is
the same- it sounds
specifying
like the same
minor, I
thing.
think, right? Yeah.
One is sex trafficking of a minor,
Oh.
and the other one is transporting a minor when
Mm.
the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, and then 3 related counts of conspiracy. She was acquitted on the charge of enticing a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts. And
How
she
is
now-
she? Wait, how is she? I don't
Weird.
understand how that
Weird.
part works. If like she's guilty of the following 2 parts, how's she acquitted of the thing that led to that?
I don't know, but she's facing
Maybe
up
it
to
was a
65
different
years
minor.
in prison.
Maybe there were different minors. So maybe it was
Yes.
like, oh, you're guilty of this of trafficking this person, but not trafficking this other person.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. So apparently
Total conjecture. Total conjecture by my part. I have zero knowledge of this case. I don't
Right.
know. So
So
it's total conjecture.
I'm just impressed you used conjecture.
why that was a big word for you. I'm so
You know,
proud of
it's-
you.
I got to be honest with you. It's the word of the day, and I just used it twice in one sentence. So I wanted to be able to make sure, like, I used it.
So
Like,
do
I
you have, like,
started the
a
sentence with it, and I
reminder?
ended. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a little app.
Listen, honestly, this is really fucked up. So apparently,
Yeah.
prosecutors argued Maxwell and Epstein conspired to set up a scheme to lure young girls into sexual relationships with Epstein from 1994 to 2004 in New York, Florida, New Mexico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And 4 women are who testified against Epstein about the abuse. So I'm very happy, at least, that these
Yeah.
girls are getting some sort of justice. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think those islands are virgins anymore.
Oh God, Neri! Wow,
Right.
en serio, loco. Like that was the comment. That was the comment.
That was a funny joke. I mean, we're
No,
fucking talking
it
about
wasn't.
horrific.
We're talking
what
about
U.S.
sex trafficking.
She was U.S.
Exacto.
Virgin Islands. U.S. Virgin Islands. That's the fuck. It's a dad joke. That's
That
I
was
mean,
a
we're talking about pretty
horrible
heavy-
joke.
That was like the racist dad joke. The racist dad that you're like, Dad, no, stop. None of
Yeah.
my friends.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Have any of you seen? Speaking of which, have any of you seen Don't Look Up?
No.
Only the
I
first few hours of it. I
No.
haven't been able to finish it because I was watching it while I was stuck in line waiting
I
for a COVID
fucking
test.
loved that movie so much. We Stephanie and I were in the same line to get COVID tested, and we didn't even know.
Yeah.
How are the lines to wait for to get COVID tested?
Holy crap!
Brutal.
3.5 hours. 3.5.
So you did better
Missy,
than
I wish
I.
Missy
You did
was.
better than I did. I was there for 4.5.
I got there at 5:30 in the morning, and we were there for 3.5 hours.
And you can't
I picked up
schedule.
Missy.
Not where we
I
were.
picked up Missy. I got scared. I had a schedule. I had an appointment. It doesn't matter. It made no sense.
But like, wait, you
And-
have an espérate. On these testing sites, like for example, I go to Walgreens, I go to CVS.
No. There's like I don't pay anything.
I don't pay
any money.
either.
Yeah.
It's
So
free.
in order, so I go to the federal
We're in Tampa.
testing. I go
It's
to the
not as
federal.
insane.
So I go to the
Actually.
federal testing sites, and I go and I make an appointment. And I've been tested a million times because in order to get on the ship, you have to have a negative test result. In order to get on the ship, like I can't work if I don't have a negative test result. So I usually get tested twice before I get on the ship because
Right.
I like to get tested like 4 days before and then 2 days
Okay.
before, just in case. I always have that. And I've never had a problem getting my results. I never had a problem making the appointment, and I get there and whatever. And then I went this time around. The ship left on Sunday, and I got there on Tuesday, and I waited in line outside, standing for an hour, and then it started raining, and it was cold, and I was like, and I had an umbrella, but my feet were still getting wet, and I was like, nah, bro, I'm not doing this. So I made an appointment right then and there for Friday at 7 in the morning. 7:30 in the morning,
So
7:40,
Christmas,
something like that.
the Christmas Eve
Christmas Day.
No,
Christmas Eve, yeah, Christmas Eve.
What is to be
Christmas
Noche
Eve.
Buena standing in line waiting for a COVID test?
No, it was the
I
night
don't
before
care.
Noche Buena.
No, it was Noche Buena. It was Friday. It was the
Noche Buena.
24th. It was Friday. Yeah,
It
I
wasn't
don't.
the
That
same
doesn't
line
bother
as
me. It
me,
doesn't bother me
no.
that. Yeah, it was the same line as you.
Did I go on Noche Buena?
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yeah, your time frame is
No.
all your
No,
structure of
no,
time.
I didn't because I did it in order to be okay by Noche Buena. That's what I did. It was the night before.
Regardless, eso es una mierda.
It was a bitch. I was exhausted.
I gotta be honest with you. I had a great time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I had Missy with me, and we fucking laughed so hard at so many inappropriate things, and we
Like what?
were bawling laughing. Okay,
Like
so okay, one story I want to wait for her to be here, so she's not gonna be here, so I can't tell. But anyways, we played Marry Fuck Kill.
Okay.
We played Marry Fuck Kill, and Missy is the worst at Marry Fuck Kill because she refuses to play when it's a tough Marry Fuck Kill.
Okay.
But that's the
Yeah.
point of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, can you marry fuck
Thank
kill
you.
up for us?
Yeah, well, I like to Marry Fuck Kill. I like to tailor make it for people, like, so it's difficult for you to make a decision. So like we
Oh my
played Marry
God.
Fuck Kill. We played Marry Fuck Kill wrestling edition because her and I are both fans of wrestling or professional wrestling, and then we played we played Marry Fuck Kill. We played Marry Fuck Kill lesbian edition for her and gay edition for me. And then
How was that?
which,
So who did you
what?
choose for Marry Fuck Kill for the men?
I think so. One of them was, I believe it was. Oh yeah, she did a DCU one where she did Marry Fuck Kill, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa.
Oh fuck.
And who else did she say? Was it Ben? I don't remember if it was Ben. I don't remember
Ben's
who it
dying.
was.
I'm sorry.
Ben's for sure. Batflick is dying.
Batflick is dying.
No,
Wait,
no.
is it the characters or the actors?
Well, she said the characters. She was saying,
Oh.
but she was saying specifically from these movies. Like it wasn't like the
Batflick
comic book
for sure
one.
is
It was
dead.
like the movie version. So Batman, you fuck. That's the one you fuck.
No,
It's
Batflick dies.
No,
you fuck,
no, not at all.
You
Aquaman.
fuck Aquaman. You fuck
No,
Aquaman.
Aquaman dies.
And you marry
Aquaman dies.
Superman.
No.
I drown Aquaman.
I
and
agree with
I
Martika.
marry Superman and I fuck Batflick.
No, bro.
That's
Absolutely
that's
not.
who I went with.
No.
Absolutely
no.
not.
Well,
Now,
that's
if
what-
it was
wasn't yours.
if it was the actors, I'm like marrying Momoa because he seems like a very great husband. Like he's super dedicated.
I've heard stories. There's an open marriage thing.
Oh yeah, but that's their decision. Like
Yeah,
if
I
they're
mean,
an
but
open marriage,
that's not if
You
there's
don't
an
marry
open
that.
marriage.
huh?
Wait,
I mean, if that's
wait,
what you're
wait, wait.
into, if you're Lisa
If
Bonet
that's
and
what
you know you can
that's
get
no, no.
anything.
If it's an open marriage, it's that open, meaning that
Mhm.
the
Well-
other person, two people have come to an agreement.
Yeah.
And if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. But you can't be judging that if that's your thing. Like
I'm
you
not
can't be
judging.
going
I
by
just
what.
personally cannot do
So
that.
that's judging.
I'm not
That's
judging.
literally what you just did.
I'm
not
saying
judging. I
I'm
just
not
said it.
judging, but I can't do that.
Right. Well, therefore, that doesn't make him a bad husband.
Oh no, but I
You're-
couldn't. I
Okay.
couldn't
No.
marry a guy who's into that. How about that?
But see, to be in an open relationship, you both have to agree. So if you don't agree,
Correct.
but this person you're married with, then they're just not doing that
Correct.
then because they've chosen to marry you. So for me, I'm like, I'm in that headspace of like, okay,
He is
Cool.
He's choosing to just be with you.
like I'm in that headspace of like, this is the agreement we came to. So
Okay.
Momoa, and then Cavill is the hookup. So like Henry
And you
Cavill's the
still
hookup.
and you still could Ben Affleck.
I still kill Ben Affleck, and I love Ben Affleck,
I'm
like as an
not. Yeah.
actor. Like I like the stuff that he does. However, just the recent comments he made about Jennifer Garner and their marriage made me go, "You seem a little blamey."
That's first of all, that's such a dumb clickbait shit. It was a 2-hour conversation, and they took
I
one
haven't
thing
seen
he said
much
out
more than
of
that. I just saw a
context.
lot of people go ape shit, and I was
Ex-
like, "You said
ex-
what?"
Exactly. So you haven't. There was a 2-hour conversation that he had on
The Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
Howard Stern show, and they took one sentence out of context.
No, someone
it
took
was like,
something from
oh,
Howard Stern out of context. What?
But it's like
Always.
they take a 2-hour conversation out of like you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
of course.
So literally, if you take the statement that I made, it like those islands aren't virgins anymore, is like oh that one statement, it was a fucking joke. Like if you take it out of context, is what I'm saying. Anyways, I love Ben Affleck and I love Batfleck. That's my favorite Batman. So
What?
I actually did really like him. I did
Hold
really
on,
like him.
hold on.
I wanted
More
to see
than
more.
More than Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I found Michael Keaton a little, I don't know, cartoony.
Don't get me wrong. I like Michael Keaton. I
like
love
him.
Michael Keaton.
I like him. I just
love-
think that I wanted to see more of Ben Affleck's Batman.
I love
feel
Michael
that way
Keaton
about
and I
Val
love Michael
Kilmer's.
Keaton's Batman, but
I feel that way about Val Kilmer.
I actually don't remember Val Kilmer's Batman that much. He's
Val
not one of
Kilmer's
the more
awful.
memorable.
I think
It was great.
Val Kilmer to me is the second worst Batman. Ugh.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really
Clooney.
a whole lot of options, I guess, at that point.
No. There's George Clooney. I think it was a good Batman, except that he was in a bad movie. He was in an awful movie. Val
Sir?
Kilmer was a bad Batman
No,
in
he
a bad
was
movie.
not. And it wasn't
He
a
was
bad movie.
awful.
It was Tommy Lee Jones. It was Jim Carrey. It was Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Barrymore.
I know who was
Yeah,
in
but
it.
it was-
I know who was in the bad movie. I know who was in the bad movie.
Yeah, I just don't think that to me, like Val Kilmer's just I can't remember anything
So
about his
handsome.
Batman. Like nothing he did was very
I remember
cemented in
turtlenecks.
it.
I remember turtlenecks.
Yeah, well, just
I
like I
love these
remember
turtlenecks.
like freaking bat nipples for Clooney. Like at least Michael Keaton was really memorable. I will give him
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, like I said, I just as the casted as the Batman that he was at that stage, like as the older Bruce Wayne, he'd already been doing it for a while, and I wanted to see more of that. I wish we could have.
Supposedly, allegedly, they're gonna Snyder's, teasing shit. So hopefully, that means that we'll be seeing more of Batfleck because I actually liked him.
Yeah.
So
Let's see if they let him do it. I mean, if they learned anything from the whole Snyder cut thing, maybe they'll just finally let Snyder do with it like his own thing.
right.
Let him do his thing. Leave Snyder alone. Our friend Mike Mercadal says that Clooney was a better Batman, but he liked Batman Forever better. Well, he has COVID, so his taste is obviously
What?
tainted.
Oh my God! Mike has COVID. Is it again?
It
Yeah,
is
he has
again.
it again. He has it
He
again.
has it
Mike,
again.
again, understand. So two things. One, yes, this is the second time Mike has COVID. He is a medical professional working. His job is working around sick people.
Mhm.
So
Ah, okay.
if you listen to last week's episode of WuBro, he himself knew. He said it's only a matter of time because everybody because the cases have spiked. So many cases have spiked throughout the country, in New York particularly, and Florida. that he knew it, like from the conversation last week. If you listen to last week's episode, he was like, it's only a matter of time. I
Yeah,
like, I don't
because
think he said that specifically, but that was the feeling he was giving off. He was like, he's a medical
Mhm.
professional working in New York City. It's only a matter of time.
And alas, the bitch hurt him.
it's
And then Omarion,
super
we talked about this. Omarion is super contagious.
it's
It's a
it's super
lesser,
contagious, but it's super like less with the symptoms.
right,
Yeah,
right, right.
which I would, if that
It
becomes a
leaves
dominant
him
strain, that'd
the
be great.
Omarion left him feeling like an icebox where his heart was
Heart
supposed
used
to
to
be.
be. I knew he was gonna say that. You know, someone actually messaged him with that, right? Someone actually
I've been saying Omarion since day one, so whoever messaged that copied me. They
like
clearly heard Rubro. They clearly
everyone.
heard Rubro.
Hold on, wait. People have messaged Omarion and taken screenshots. Hold on. People messaging Omarion about Omicron. People are taking screenshots and uploading it on the internet. People message what?
What?
I've been calling it Omarion for a long time. so.
Unicorn symbolism and meanings. In what world? What is
How is that connected?
Ah! What is unicorning and what does it mean when a person is a unicorn? A unicorn in a relationship refers to a person entering a polyamorous relationship to participate in sexual escapades with a couple.
Yeah, okay,
Wait,
yeah.
repeat that again.
Yeah.
Repeat that again. What? What?
A unicorn in a relationship refers to a person entering a polyamorous relationship to participate in sexual escapades with a couple.
Yeah.
I actually did know that.
Yeah,
I actually did
the
know that.
unicorn thing. I didn't know that people had started using it as unicorning, like as if
Yes,
it's a
I did know that because I listened to the Office Ladies podcast and they talked about that.
Yeah.
It's a pinch hitter.
I mean, I forgot it.
According to
I forgot it because I was like, "What are you talking about?" But the moment you said it, I was like, "Oh, that's right. I did know that." Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
According to
God.
Mike,
Yeah.
it's a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter.
Oh my God, singer
How did that come
Omarion
up? How did they come up? You looked up Omarion and then
and
fucking
a
they came up.
unicorn
And
came out.
unicorn. It's like you must
That's
mean
hilarious.
unicorn.
You clearly mean unicorn, madam.
So singer
Yeah,
Omarion
clearly.
responds to people jokingly using his name instead of Omicron for the new coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he called the internet undefeated. There's nothing more healing than music or a good laugh. I'm thankful to be able to give people both. From the Omarion dance challenge to being superimposed on the new variant, the internet is forever undefeated. While we laugh, stay healthy, and stay safe.
Lord, that's nice.
What does he mean by give people music? What does he mean by that?
It's an artist.
Because he's an artist, because he sings, you know.
No,
Listen.
but what does he mean by that?
Oh my God, in serio, like people still listen to Icebox, people still listen to B2K.
Yeah, but are you still a singer if the last time you came out with a song was in 2004? Are you still?
That's
Bro,
not
I
first
honestly-
and foremost,
I
that's a
can't-
lie.
I honestly can't remember.
You can eat the booty like groceries. We know that song very well, and that was not from 2004.
Uh-huh. What year was that?
I forgot when it's supposed to be. Supposed to be came out when. Hold on, wait. I need to know. Supposed to be. Mind you, can
Don't
we
play
just
it.
discuss? No. Can we discuss the cover art for this? Like porn.
Yeah.
Porn. It's Omarion laying naked with a girl with the heel strap on top of him, and she's biting his ear. Like pornographic pictures.
Oh
up on
shit!
Spotify.
Yeah, this guy completely erased. Like my file that had him in my brain disappeared. Now he's back.
What?
Now he's back.
What?
No, like saying like how sometimes you just forget shit like bloop from your life, it just goes
Right.
away, and it's not
Right.
until someone says something that it triggers it, and it's like something in your brain just like looked for a file, and I was like, this bitch right here. That's just what happened in my brain. Was like, what's happening? What's Icebox? What am I?
Yeah,
And
Post
then
to Me
now-
was in 2014, so he hasn't come out with a song in about 7 years.
That was but was that him or was he just featured in that song?
No, he was in it. It was okay. So Post to Be, let me go back to Spotify.
Supposed to be.
Is Chris Brown. It's his song featuring Chris Brown and Janae Aiko.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's the
remember
song-
that song very often. I remember
What?
that line though. I do remember that
It's
line.
you gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember the line, the eat your booty like groceries. I remember that line.
It's a good line.
It's a
But I
good
was
line.
like,
I mean, I don't want to be. Listen, no, we've discussed this. There's no handling of the booty.
yeah, for you. All right. Don't close everybody else off.
Oh, do you
No.
like your ass getting like groceries, Neri?
I haven't had it, but I wouldn't say no.
Really? So
I
if
wouldn't,
Mrs. Sainz just tells you, "Papi, bends over,
She
and eat
ain't.
your booty."
She ain't. She not going there.
If
She's
Mrs.
gonna be
Science said that, then
That's
she's
all you.
clearly somebody clearly had the invasion of body snatchers and
Yeah,
someone took
and
over
like
her
put
brain.
herself in a body.
And
I'm like,
the fucking chip inside her brain from the vaccine that got her the 5G tower in her brain. Somebody's clearly controlling her because Mrs. Science would never in a million years say that. There
No.
would never be.
Stephanie,
Never.
would you eat the booty like groceries?
I wouldn't. I have had it. I have been the groceries. I would not go shopping for groceries.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I've
How do they
eaten
feel
booty like
about?
groceries.
And how do you guys feel about it? Well, Neri, how do you feel about getting groceries,
Fantastic.
and then fantastic?
Oh, I love the groceries.
Okay.
I love all the groceries.
Yeah,
All right.
Everything.
it's a lot of trust, though. It's a lot of trust.
Yeah.
It does nothing for me. It's like I don't want you. No.
It was
But didn't you
the
have
tabooness
hold on.
was something, but then
But
like
Martika, didn't you
it's a-
have like anal fissures and something? Didn't you have this whole thing where you talked about this before on the podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. So like you have a bad experience with that area.
Yeah, but like, okay, so guys still try. Like, I'm like, there's a little hemorrhoid out there, and then men will still go in and do what
You
they
see,
need
but
to
that's what I'm
do.
saying. Like
Men
that's
don't
what
give
I'm
a
saying.
fuck.
Like, yeah, but
No, they
you
never give a fuck.
mentally there has to be something that you, Martika, mentally are like, no, I'm not okay with this. Henceforth, that's why you're not turned on by that. That's why it does nothing for
No,
you
but
because
but
you're
no,
like not.
it's not about the mental block. It's just literally like it's okay. The sensation that I get when you're eating me out to the sensation I get when you're eating my ass out is not the same.
Well, yeah, it's not.
Well, it shouldn't
They're
be.
not
It shouldn't be the
equivalent
same.
things.
Yeah,
but
it shouldn't be the
still, like,
same. It shouldn't be,
But it should still
and it
feel
shouldn't be
good.
one
It
or
should be
the
like,
other.
okay, it should
But
still
it shouldn't be one or the other. It shouldn't be like, all right,
but it
we're
should
done
still
with
make
this
my
part. We're
eyes roll
moving
to
on
the
this
back of
part
my head.
only.
It does not do that.
But it should be all one inclusive,
No, at all. No.
right?
Listen, keep to the top
Okay.
part of the
All right.
vagina.
Hey,
We're good to go.
So you have like one squared off area. You're like, here, do not go out of bounds.
Yeah. There's a police rope. Martika has a little police rope. She has
There's
a
a
little
bouncer.
caution
If you
tape.
want me to, if you want me to come, then yes. Like, if you don't want me to get there, then absolutely do whatever the hell you want.
No, yeah, there's like a little guy manning the door, and he's like, you don't have clearance. Like, no,
No.
you can't.
There's a little guy manning the door. There's a little guy with a reflection vest, and he's with a flashlight, and he's like, this way, detour, go this way. You got to go this way.
Yeah.
Up. You got to go up.
You gotta go up,
right here.
sir. It's right here. It's right here where this little ridge is. Exactly. Right
Mike
over the
says.
ridge.
Mike says eating the booty like groceries conjures an image of just burying their face in a brown bag with a load of with a loaf. I'm assuming he means loaf.
Yeah.
Loaf of bread and green veggies sticking at the top. Yeah, Mike and I talked about this.
No. There's another comment.
Wait, Mike and I talk about this on Kickflix, where every time you see in movies, anytime you see people with groceries, they always have a brown bag with a loaf of bread and then some green veggies on top. Like that's all you see in every movie, like when they do groceries.
And no one
Melly
ever
says,
talks about it that way.
Melly says, I think it depends on the level of chemistry and connection you have with the person that makes you more open, relaxed, and comfortable for the exploring. I like how this episode has gone to Browntown, and we are apparently staying there for a while.
And it's real early on.
Mike says, Martika wears a mask on her asshole only. Which is
So wait,
Yeah,
I leave the
that's
snatch
only
open
part
for
that wears a
business.
mask.
So I
Sorry,
leave
the
snatch-
mental image.
The snatch open for business. Espérate, like let's visually.
I can't wait to post this part of the video. I can't wait to post this part of the video and then add I'm gonna just add little cartoons here of a butthole, and then with a mask,
Stop.
and then just
Yeah, that's
Are
the
we
time
really-
she's like, please socially distance from
Dude,
here.
from keep 6
This
feet away,
area.
please. Oh my god, no, stop.
Yeah.
I cannot.
see on what other podcast can you go from
Gliscane
can you go from
Maxwell.
hey Christine Maxwell, Grisdine, whatever the fuck her name
Ghislaine.
is.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine
Just think of it like a Cuban ass
to
name.
Yeah, like it's
Ghislaine.
Gis Lady. Like, oh
Yes!
oh my god. But anyways, going back to the story. Speaking of which, so Missy and I picked up Missy at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we got to the testing site at 5:30 in the morning,
Okay.
and we made the line, and it was 3.5 hours, and then an hour and a half into the line, we see on Instagram, we see Stephanie make a post saying like, when you're in line to get tested, and we're like, is she here? It's just like
yeah. I finally saw
Uh,
that. Yeah, I saw that Missy wrote to me like shortly after I had left, and I was like, I am so done.
Do you know how they're
today.
saying now the PSR, the PCR test is not valid anymore because they can't differentiate between the flu or COVID?
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that. I don't think that's accurate because I took it when I had the flu.
I think you're
And
thinking about the rapid one.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking about the
Yeah, I've
rapid
never-
one.
I've
Because I
never
know
heard
the
that.
rapid one isn't always super on point if you're like not showing your symptoms and everything yet. Something like that.
Yeah.
Nope. It's
I got both. Steph, you told us that they only
Yeah,
had
no.
one. And
When I went, they told me they
CDC.
only had one.
then when we got there, they're like, do you want one or both? And I was like, both. And I was like,
they
ha.
lied to us.
Well, no, I'm sure they just got more stock in, but and I mean it was like a 2-hour
Maybe.
difference by the time I got
Oh,
there.
that's true. That's
So
true.
I'm sure they had plenty of time. But I had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I was sleep deprived and I was super exhausted and tired, but I had a lot of fun.
No, my mom and
In
I
the
were in
line.
the car together, and like we were just watching Don't Look Up for the most part.
so
By the time
basically
we did it. What are you saying, Martika?
so basically, yeah, they're recalling it. And now they're gonna actually put a test where in just one sweep it'll tell you if either you have PCR, if you have COVID or the flu. That's why they're recalling it.
Right.
Oh, you're saying that there's going to be a more specific thing?
Yeah, basically.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah, because I know that because
I know.
I know that because in January of 2020, I thought I had the flu and I went to the hospital, and not only did the hospital give me a flu test, but on the ship they gave me a flu test, and it came out negative for both, and I was fucking dying. I felt like it was the worst I've ever felt in my life, and
So it was COVID,
and
probably.
I can't confirm that because of the fact that there's no way of knowing that because I can't
Mm.
time travel because they weren't testing for that back then. In January of 2020, they weren't
No.
testing for that.
No,
At least
no.
in Miami. But I remember being in the fetal position on the ship, being in a fetal position, and I talked about this last week. I felt so bad. I apologized to God, and there was
God.
nothing like I didn't. I just said I'm sorry.
And like
I
you
said I'm
hadn't done
sorry.
anything.
I hadn't done. I don't feel like I did anything, but just in case, you know what I mean. Like when when you're
Yeah,
when you're
like
a kid and
hedging your
mom
bets,
goes, like,
hedging-
you know,
yeah.
it just. I was feeling so bad that I said I'm sorry, God, and
Mhm.
crying. Like I was in the fetal position. I was crying. I was in so much pain, and I was like, I'm sorry, God, and I don't. That was just
Yeah.
my way of saying like whatever
very-
I did,
yeah.
I fucking
Yeah. Like I must have done something like to
I
piss
must have
you
done
off.
something, but I didn't lose my sense of smell or taste. I would have loved to have lost my sense of taste, just so I could like start eating vegetables. That'd be great. Yeah, it doesn't taste like nothing.
Yeah,
but I think-
Just start eating vegetables.
that's what I did. On
What?
God, I started doing that when I couldn't taste or smell. Like I was eating all the veggies. But it even
You're like, I
Yeah.
might as well use this time.
honestly,
Yes, that's what I wanted to do. I've been saying that for 2 years now. I've been like, man, I wish I lost my sense of taste just so I could eat vegetables. Because if it all tastes the same, there's no point of eating a pizza. If
Right,
you can't
correct.
taste it, there's no point of eating a pizza.
Oh,
What's the
100%.
or
point?
candy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it sucks.
So just
you understand how horrible that was for me. Now
How long did
being-
it take for you to get it back?
like 3 weeks. Si más no me equivoco.
Oh, so you didn't
did
actually
you
have
eat
it.
booty in that time?
Huh? I could have eaten
Did you
booty.
eat booty in that time?
No, I
Because
did
you
not.
can't
No, I
taste
did
it,
not.
bro.
No, I did not.
But
I
you
did not.
couldn't taste it. You could.
I did not.
She
However,
still had the visual though of like, because like
I
yeah,
do
'cause
have.
you're
Yeah.
'cause, like Martika, you're straight, right? So like it's men's booties, like and like
Yeah.
sometimes,
Oh my
like
God.
sometimes there's a bit of a forest going on, and like
Always.
Patrice O'Neal used to have a bit about that where he talked about how great it was to eat ass, and how if he was a woman he would feel disrespected if a guy didn't eat the ass if he was a woman, because it's so close to the vagina. And he did this whole thing. It's great. I'm not doing it any justice, but he did this like you could literally put a finger in one and finger in the other, and you could snap. Like if you listen close enough, you could actually snap your fingers. That's how thin of a layer. So if you're saying you're willing to eat one but not the other, you're saying it's so super disrespectful, saying that you don't think I'm clean enough to wipe my ass, but you're gonna eat me out. So it's a whole thing. And then he went on and on about how great it was for women, and then he goes, now for guys, ladies, if you eat a man's ass, I mean, he goes, salute to you. He's like, I would not do that. Like if any woman
I've
offered
seen
to do that
enough.
to me,
Yeah, I've seen enough pairs
Yeah.
of underwear in my past for no, thank you.
But that's why I don't know about you guys, but I excuse if I start seeing shit get hot and heavy, I excuse myself, I pee, and then I get a cup, put it in water, get some soap, do a Cuban shower down there, rinse and repeat.
a Cuban shower.
little
What's a
car
Cuban
wash.
shower? What's a Cuban shower? Is that when you
A
go
Cuban
90 miles?
shower? No.
It's like just the pits and bits.
And the pits, yes, the pits and bits is a Cuban
You know,
shower.
it's funny. I was talking to Missy about this. I heard this one time be called a Puerto Rican shower in a movie. I heard in the movie somebody
same
called it a
shit.
Puerto Rican shower, a Puerto Rican bath. And then the more politically correct, they said a poor people bath. And I'm like, oh, that does make sense because that's poor because that doesn't. Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't know how that's more politically correct. I just feel like it's a different
Well,
kind
because
of
there's not you're not relegating it to any one group of
Or
people.
so
from a certain
but just
country.
an entire class of people.
People, just poor
Yeah,
people.
because if you're poor, that doesn't mean
Yeah.
white,
Look,
black,
I'm not any
Puerto
better.
Rican,
I call it a hoe bath. So there's that.
That too.
Like
Oh, that's what Missy called it. That is what Missy. I thought it was. Yeah, you're right. She called it a whore's bath, and that's only.
I feel like whore is
that's
so much more aggressive.
Yeah.
What I
Like-
feel like. I feel like if you take offense to that, then you're calling yourself a whore.
No, but it sounds so
Like a whole bath
whole,
versus
like-
whore.
Oh, that whore's bath. Like go for it.
Yes, because they have whores are a thing.
For me,
That's
a
what
whole
you were
bath
saying.
is just like I'm in a rush. I gotta do something. You happen. I know I either have some wipes nearby,
Thank you. Mhm.
or like I will like dip like a little leg into like the shower.
Thank you. Yes. Always.
I
know? So it's
when I
fresh and
think-
clean when they go down.
when I think there's a chance of me getting head, that one time I did clean myself.
Just the one time.
Um,
Just the one mahi.
I don't get a lot of oral sex. You haven't heard my act because you were supposed to go to a show that you never went to. But if you would have gone,
Oh, because
you
it
would have
was
heard.
raining.
Oh, it was raining in Florida, Stephanie. Can you believe it? It was raining
Okay.
in Florida.
Wait, but
Uh-huh.
hang on, was he
God,
performing
it was
outside?
raining in Florida.
No, it was so it was like
raining.
tornado warnings in
Uh.
fucking Tampa, and he wanted me to drive in that to go to Naples.
First of all, I didn't want you to drive. You said you were gonna. I didn't
Yeah.
say I want you to. You said you were gonna.
I was
You
gonna,
didn't.
and then tornado warnings happening, and I was like, no, thank you. Like, who's
Tornado-
gonna get on the bridge
tornado
like that?
warnings are not this. It's whatever. It's fine.
Do you realize that my big ass car accident that happened on I-75 was in the rain?
But it wasn't because of a tornado warning, was it?
Listen, it doesn't matter. I'm freaking traumatized. So when the rain starts
Oh.
happening, like I'm like this, shaking.
So you live in Florida. You live in Florida, and you're traumatized to drive in the rain now.
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Every
think
car
it's time to
accident,
move.
every
if
single
there's
car-
any place where it makes sense to be scared, it'd be here.
yeah, every
think it's
single
time to
car
move.
accident I've ever been to, I've been in, has been in the rain. So I have every right to be fucking traumatized.
Also,
Sure.
every car accident you've ever been in
Been
has
in.
a woman driving.
Wow, you are fucking special right now. That was
He's
so mean.
just
I'm just joking. It's just a joke.
It was
Jesus,
just a
God, so-
joke. Nah, nah,
so
nah.
sensitive.
I have my period, bro. I was crying today. Listen, I've been crying all day.
hormones today.
Like I woke up today and I was crying for 2 hours in the studio for no fucking rhyme or reason. I had to pull up a video of me watching Gilberto Santa Rosa in concert, him freaking singing one of my favorite songs to make me like get happy and giddy, to then start crying again. It was like I had to wipe my tears before I would get on air and then continue back to crying.
Like, I'm fine. I'm a tough bitch. I'm a hard bitch.
Like legit. I had to put on my hoop earrings to feel like you're a bad bitch. That's not hoop bitch material, okay? You can't be crying wearing your freaking big ass Selena hoops. It doesn't make sense.
This is fair.
Okay?
No, it is fair for like I the mental image of like, no, nope, not today.
Exactly.
Not today, hormones.
No,
Not today.
you're not getting
Yeah,
the
no.
best of me.
I forgot what
So-
is it. What is it that I said the other day, Stephanie? That we were in a chat and I said something, and Stephanie goes, "You know, I was just talking to so and so about how good of a friend Neri is, and there's times like this that I have to remind myself of those things. Like I forgot what it was that I
Yeah.
said that pissed her off
It
so
could have
much
been
that she had
anything.
to
It could have
remind
been anything.
herself of what she previously said about me. She was like, "Wait,
I
he's a
had
nice
just
guy."
said it. The thing is, like, it was like minutes before
Oh
I was
wow!
talking to my little brother about what a good friend Neri is and what a good guy he is. And then all of a sudden he starts talking his shit like he does. And I'm just like, he's such a good friend. He's such a
Good friends.
such a good person.
I don't even know what I said.
I
I don't
honestly
even
don't
know
even.
Oh, we were talking about HP. We were talking about HP. I'm on the new HP
Oh
now.
God.
I love my HP.
Is it? No, I think that's just when I was calling you grandpa.
HP. What's an HP?
Harry Potter.
Oh no.
So they were talking about Harry Potter, they meaning her and Missy. But they kept using the abbreviation HP, like, oh, our love for HP is gonna bond us this group together. And
That's not what I said. I said collectively, like our millennial generation, like HP is gonna be our boomer thing. Like,
right. And then
like
I
it's gonna
said
be like retirement
love
communities are like separated by like
I love
houses.
Hewlett Packard. I just got myself my new laptop is a Hewlett Packard. So I love HP. And then
No, what you said was hold up.
Do you like also hijueputas? Because that's what I
She had
think of too.
no, Missy was talking about how a guy had brain damage, and then Mary piped up with, "So does every guy for putting up with women." Heyo,
am I
And then
right?
wrote, heyo, and like put the Top Gun high five.
Heyo!
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And that's when I wrote that. Like, I have to remind myself, you're a good person right now.
no, absolutely not. Nope. No.
I do believe what I was saying though about like the Harry Potter thing. Like I love Harry Potter. I really do. However, when like there are people who make it so much of their personality that I'm starting to see the beginnings of it being very cringe and like our children being like ew. like the younger generation being like, what are you doing? What's happening?
But why
Like
you
you're
say that?
starting to see that turn, and I'm just like, we gotta calm down. we probably shouldn't make everything about that.
Yeah, fandom is a weird thing.
I've never seen
Really?
any of the Harry Potter movies. Do not kill me.
I did not care for Harry Potter at all whatsoever growing up. I saw the first movie in theaters and thought it was fine. I was like, oh, it's all right, it's cool. And then I saw the second one and I thought that one sucked. I may have even said that about the third one. I was like, ah, I don't, whatever.
I
But
like the
it
third one.
wasn't a thing for me because I didn't read the book, so I didn't really care. I didn't have that
That's it.
passion for it. And then last summer, I was running a trivia at the Improv, and every
Mhm.
month was a different topic. And then one month was Harry Potter trivia, and I would literally write the trivia questions myself. Like I would just watch whatever it was, and it was always something like Friends or something, whatever, or, How I Met Your Mother, and I would watch these things and then start writing down trivia questions.
Okay.
And so we did Harry Potter, and I thought I could just Google these trivia questions. I'm like, let me just watch these. So I watched the 9 movies. It's 8 movies. And then that's what got I gained appreciation for the Harry Potter. Oh, sorry. I gained the
Mary just wanted to have
appreciation.
that up again.
I gained the appreciation for Harry Potter during last year's thing. So I was like, oh, this is actually really good. But I didn't see it this year. That was 2020. I didn't see it this year. And I told myself, oh, maybe from now on I'll watch it every year. Like I'll watch the movies once a year. And I didn't do it in 2021, but just because I forgot about it. But I genuinely very, very much enjoyed the last 3 or 4 films. It was like, oh, this is awesome, and like I got really into it. So
Yeah, like honestly, I really like I was also Camp No Harry Potter for a bit, until like senior year of high school. Like I had decided to give myself a little bit of like a relaxing kind of break, and I stepped down from like one of the honors classes or whatever I was taking, and decided to go to advanced instead.
Okay.
And like you know, remember how the tracks used to be? It was like regular advanced,
Yeah.
gifted honor, something like that. I
Okay.
decided to go to advanced. And then it went from me having to do like some really heavy prose, like analysis, like all this stuff, to all of a sudden I went into this class and the teacher was like, and then now we're going to be reading Harry Potter. And I was like, the fuck happened? Like, what is this? It's a children's book. And I was like super anti it just for that part of it. But then once I started reading it and stuff like that, I was like, all right, this is fun. I guess I did want to turn my brain off a bit, I guess. And then it just got me. It just caught me. It was cute. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll and it was very much like, oh, okay, I'll read this second. And then next thing I was stuck. Because then I was like, I just want this child to get a break. It was very that. It was very like, yeah, I'm like, someone just be nice to this 11-year-old. Come on.
that's one thing I didn't like about any of the movies is how mean the foster parents were, the uncles or whatever, like how mean they were in the beginning of every movie. And I just didn't. I was like, I get it. They're mean. You don't have to go like it's like
you
so
start off
overboard.
every single story with being like, oh yeah, I forgot. Harry is never allowed to have any happiness in his life. Okay. Cool.
Did you guys watch the new Spider-Man?
Yes.
Oh, Martika? No?
No, I have not watched it.
Do you care about watching it? Are you gonna watch it? Is that a thing?
I honestly haven't watched any of the. Actually, I lie. I saw the new Spider-Man, like I think part 1.
Yeah,
Wow,
Martika,
so
this
you
is
don't
also
care.
why I didn't give you any big reaction when you said you hadn't seen like Harry Potter, because like if you're really, if this isn't like your super thing to begin with, you're not super into fantasy and like all this stuff, like I'm like, yeah, okay, you haven't watched it. But like to me, I always have big reactions to people who I know are like really into this stuff.
Yeah.
And, like if you're really into fandom stuff, you're really into like fantasy and all that stuff, at that point I'm just like, what?
What? Not Harry Potter? What?
Yeah, like it's like an automatic pass that people like you do, like it's like part of your application.
I went to Universal Studios, I think it was about 4 years ago, and I went to Harry Potter World. I was like, this is nice.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Yeah,
amazing.
even
we have
the
a
first time I
connection
went,
to it. It's amazing.
the first time I went to Harry Potter World, it was like a year after it opened. I was not into Harry Potter movies at all. And I remember standing in the middle of the park and I said this. I even then, even in my don't give a fuck about Harry Potter time frame, I remember saying, like, you know what, this is very impressive. That this came all out of the mind of another human, just one single human being. This wasn't a team of people. This wasn't like this literally was out of the mind of one person. They wrote a book and now they made this into an actual physical place. I'm like, I was very impressed by that. I was like, wow, this is like really, this came like people are now paying money and like there's a physical brick and mortar statue of a fucking dragon above a building because some lady thought of it and wrote it down on a page years ago. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. It's not the same thing as Disney. Like Disney is a corporation that has like a think tank and that has a group of people, like, and then these people were like this, and then engineers and all this shit. They're Imagineers. Like there was like one person who was like, no, this is the way it's gonna look. There's a dragon on top of the bank.
Yeah, there's one person who described it all, and so other people had like their responsibility was like, okay, now we have to be as loyal to this source material so that people when they go there don't get pissed the hell off.
Right.
And actually want to come back, because I've gone back.
Even in my I don't care about Harry Potter. I don't like Harry Potter. I would even say Harry Potter's whack. I would even say those things. Even in the midst of that, I was still able to like take stock and be like, no, this is pretty impressive, man. This is crazy impressive. You know, so it is what it is. I guess
it's impressive when it's truly immersive, like those areas. Like you don't feel like you're in the rest of the park. Like you're all of a sudden there. You're like, well, I'm here now. Like this is.
Oh, this is Hogwarts. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. They go very, very nonchalant, very blasé.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool when I went, and I loved taking one of my little cousins to it. Like I love taking other people to it, seeing their reactions for the first time. It's always been my favorite thing.
Ooh,
It's like,
real quick before we go on to Am I the Asshole, because it's the last episode of 2020.
ooh,
I would. What is your favorite moment of 2020 and your least favorite moment of 2020? Martha, I'm assuming, Martika, that your accident is the least favorite, right? That's an easy one.
2021.
2021. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
2021. I'm sorry.
Because I'd be a horrible person if I didn't say my son's birth wasn't my favorite for 2020.
Right.
But now 2021, arriving here.
That was the best part. Last week.
Yeah, hell
Last week.
yeah. It's been a good year and it's been a fantastic year, and I have loved being a mom and like having my son's birthday, but there was always that bittersweetness of being separated from everyone else. But then the feeling of like getting here and then seeing my parents and then turning into a giant baby who just screamed "Mom" in the middle of like an airport. There's a video of us like crying. And seeing my son with them and him want to be carried by my parents and running after my grandmother in the house, and like that whole thing has been like really healing, and it just made me be like, oh, I can keep doing this. Like it's fine. Like, 'cause if I'm gonna have times where I can like be here, be with them, and have some actual time with them, I can keep doing this, and I'll be good. That was my favorite.
What about you, Neri?
Well, my daughter being born, I would say I have to mention it. However, I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I had COVID. I was quarantined. I was quarantined because when my daughter was born, I had COVID, so I could not be in the room. I could not see. I just got pictures, and it's not the same. And I made it a joke in my act. I made it a joke. It was like, I was like, I know it sounds sad, but it's like baby number 3. I mean, I've been there, right? Like it's.
Año de
sad,
madre, en serio.
Right, how excited can you be about the second sequel to the movie? Like, you really gonna be excited? That's excited about the second sequel?
Because it's a separate human being.
Yeah.
She's
So, she's adorable. She's great.
She's so
She's
fucking
fantastic.
cute.
I don't know what my I mean, I have done a video that's a 1 second a day video.
Okay.
And if you do 1 second a day, it's supposed to be 365 seconds, which comes out to be like a little over 6 minutes, 6 minutes and 8 seconds. My video is now at 8 minutes. Because there are some days where like a second isn't enough. Like, I need 2 seconds for this one. I need a second and a half here. I need 2 seconds for this one. So my video is 8 minutes long, and I was looking at it today because it's 2 days before the year ends, and I'm like, oh, what's my video look like so far? And I love the fact that it has a lot of laughing from my kids. Like, it has a lot of laughing. The video has a lot of laughter in it. I don't know. Like, I like the fact my son is in love with his little sister. Like, it's so crazy. But I don't know about one specific moment. There was one time where I was getting my asshole licked, and it was, I think that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I was just going back to what we said earlier.
Honestly, for me, it wasn't my accident. I think it was getting COVID and getting
I guess the best part of your year.
the worst.
The worst.
Okay.
Well, I
so
did ask for best and worst. Yeah.
The worst part, I think, dude, I relate to Neri so much because I was with 102 fever, shivering on my bed, not even being able to go to sleep for 24 hours straight. And I was, imagine like wanting to pee but not being able to pee, wanting to throw up but not being able to, like wanting to poop but you can't. Like, it was just a constant like wanting to be able to function.
Yeah. And your body was like, no, man.
And your body couldn't. Like, your body couldn't function at all whatsoever. And I understood Neri when he was like apologizing to God. I went through the exact same thing. I was bargaining with God at this point because I had never felt that bad ever.
Fuck.
Ever.
Well, I felt bad again. January 2020, I felt that, but I don't know that I can't officially say that was COVID because I don't know I know it wasn't the flu because I got tested by 2 different doctors that it was not the flu, but I don't know specifically if it was COVID. When I officially did get COVID in April of this year, I didn't feel those symptoms because I already had been vaccinated. I had the first shot of vaccinations, and I was literally 5 days away from being scheduled for my second shot. So because I got vaccinated, I know I got symptoms for 2 hours a day, 4 days in a row, and after that I felt nothing. So
Yeah.
I would say there was a dramatic difference between January of 2020 and April of 2021. The way I felt, April 2021, I'm like, this is it. This is COVID. Fucking A. I mean, this, I don't know what people are complaining about. And it's only because I was vaccinated. I was only because I was half vaccinated. So I'm fully aware. I'm
bro.
grateful for that.
Imagine, yeah.
I don't
And
know.
I'm not vaxxed and waxed, and that's okay. So, and
you
it was.
You don't even wax? Jesus Christ, lady.
No, I shave,
Fuck.
honey. I shave.
Yeah, I'm more judgmental about that.
No, I'm all about the shaving versus the waxing because, dear God, ow. I've done it before.
I laser my kids.
I've done it. No, I've done it before, and it's just
my least favorite moment of 2021 is not being there at the birth, just because I couldn't.
Of course,
but it wasn't. But I got to be honest with you, I watched the entire series of Superstore that week when I was quarantined. It was a pretty good week. Not for nothing. I watched a lot of TV. It was actually
like,
fun.
Still a bright spot.
I watched a lot of TV, dude. Watched a lot of TV. It was a lot of TV. It was good.
Yeah. But I also saw. You want me to tell you something? I saw people's true colors when my accident and COVID happened.
Yeah.
And like I had people who showed up for me that were like sending me care packages, wanting to send me groceries, you know, that actually showed up to my doorstep, dropped things off like outside of my patio so that way I had food. So that, you know, that's the sweet part of the bitterness that was COVID.
They showed their true
colors. That's what they did. I think the best part of 2021
We're gonna get banned.
for me. Oh, stop it.
A few seconds.
That was less than 10. And I think the best part for me was being able to go to all these fucking concerts all year. I saw so many artists. I met so many of them. Like, in comparison to 2020.
But did you meet Omarion?
I didn't meet Omarion. I have friends of mine who have met him though. And I mean, like Omicron, people are right now like getting COVID left and right. Like I have friends of mine that are quarantined right now, and I'm like, what's the actual?
I've seen so many like updates on like my feeds or my chats and like my friend chats of like so and so got it, said this person got it, I got it, and I was like, shit.
You know what? I will say one of my favorite moments, and I don't know if this is the favorite moment because again, there was a lot of. I'm gonna post a video in a couple of days. There's a lot of laughing for my kids, and I think that's great. But if I had to pinpoint one moment. Getting back on a ship to do comedy for the first time in 17 months, I did not expect to be that emotional. Like I thought, oh man, it's gonna be great. Like I was excited and happy and whatever. But getting in my cabin, getting my schedule, and getting like going back to that world of like, oh, you're a comic again, and it was very emotional. I was like 17 months of like not doing this. There was a lot of times that even though I did work a lot during 2020. A lot in comparison to
other people,
other comedians.
Yeah,
I remember there was multiple times throughout the year, and we've talked about this a lot on this show. Is like there was multiple times where I'm like, am I still a comedian? Because I haven't done comedy in 57 days. I haven't done comedy, and then I would do 4 shows. I would work a weekend at the Improv, and then I wouldn't do another 65 days will go by before I do another show.
You're still a comic. Eso no te lo quita.
Yeah, but again, if like how you know what I mean? Like you start doubting yourself of like, am I still this because I have a day job now, fucking working at a doctor's office? Am I still an artist if I no longer perform that art?
Absolutely.
Like, there comes a time and so like you start doubting yourself or whatever. But getting on the ship for the first time to do comedy, I did not realize how emotional I was gonna get. I was like, I was in my cabin and I was like. I was to do this whole fucking thing, and that was a pretty happy moment. I was a pretty like, for multiple reasons. It was like not just I'm a comedian again, but now it's like I'm able to provide for my family again.
Yeah,
I'm able to get out of debt, like start getting out of debt at least. Like all of these emotions of like, you know, I get to be a productive part of society again. I'm not just a dude that collects unemployment checks anymore. Like
you get to see some progress.
Yeah.
But
because
just because
17 months of the pandemic taught me I'm not qualified to do shit else but comedy. Because when Target and Walmart, when you apply to Target and Walmart and both of them say no, it takes a shot to your ego. I'll tell you that much.
What?
Your ego fucking takes a hit. Yeah.
Oh, this was before
Target
the
turned
labor
me-
shortages then.
Target hit me a week after I applied, March 20th of 2020. And within a week, Target was already responding to me saying no. Like they replied to me. They didn't back in the day when before I was a comedian or working comedian. When I applied for a job and they don't want me, they just didn't. They ghosted me. And that's what I was used to. I wasn't used to the job being like, hey, we not only did we get your resume, we're telling you we saw it and we're telling you no. It's like,
Like
It's-
you're
yeah.
trash.
They didn't
Yeah,
even
you're
leave you on
you
red. They
can't
actually
be-
wrote back,
you-
no thanks.
Yeah. And then Walmart was like, oh, that's fucked up, but also we agree. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, Walmart. Jesus. Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Like I'm laughing because of the way you're saying it, not because of the actual happening.
I get it. It's in the act. But it's true. That really did happen to me. I'm like, Jesus, do I have to go to fucking Dollar General? And Dollar General was like, don't even apply. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
No, we don't want you
But
either.
wait. So hold on. Neri, how is that even possible? Like
Because I don't have a college degree and I haven't had a real job in 5 years.
Yeah.
So what? But hold on. You have your high school diploma. You're a functioning member of society. In what world?
Yes, but I'm a functioning member of society as a comedian. They don't give a fuck.
Wow, dude.
And I was weighing 368 pounds. So my depression was at a super all-time high. Because they were like, we need you to lift boxes. And I'm like, I can lift a box. And they're like, yes, you can lift a box, but we need you to lift boxes. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I'm out. So it was a whole. So 2021, that was 2020. I don't want to harp on 2020, but I'm saying 2021. I was just talking about the pandemic let me know like I am not good at anything else. I cannot do anything else. So when the ships hired me again to be a comedian again, I'm like, oh, it was all that emotion came out. Like all of that. I feel like I'm good do so. I feel like I'm a functioning part of society again. Like all of that came oozing out. So that was
You
it.
deserve a hug.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you want to read the Am I the Asshole? The
I
Danny
shall.
DeVito one?
Okay. Am I the asshole for thinking of leaving my boyfriend because of Danny DeVito? So, I guess context, right? My 31 female boyfriend, 33 male, really likes Danny DeVito. We've been together now 6 years, and he has always liked him. Even when we first got together, he had a cardboard cutout of him. He got a few years before we even got together. It's never ever bothered me until he went home working because I guess work from home because of COVID, and honestly it didn't even bother me. It bothered one of his colleagues. He has a well-paid job and is thought of very highly in his workplace and has been told by his boss when he retires next year he'll be recommending him for the job. Well, he has been there 12 years and this will be a really huge advancement for him and he deserves it. Now for the strange part. Due to him now home working, I guess that's what she's calling it, he's been doing a lot more video calls, and his boss's boss, Jay, really does not like the Danny DeVito cardboard cutout. He asked him to remove it during a meeting, so he did, and the meeting carried on. The week after that, in another meeting, it was back in its usual spot, and after the meeting, Jay asked my husband to hang on and blew up at him over the cardboard cutout being back. He snapped back that he is unable to tell him how to decorate his house, and unless he formally puts it in writing, he won't be removing it. I tried to speak with him calmly that maybe he could just move it, but he's had none of it. He even went as far as to buy an old painting of Danny DeVito and hang it right behind himself, and even got a couple more cardboard cutouts. Jay at this point has pretty much said, although he can't fire him, his career here is dead. So he decided to find a new job without consulting me and will be ready to leave his job in January after serving his notice. I tried again to speak calmly with him, and he just blew me off and said he isn't staying somewhere who values the decoration of a room over the quality of his work. At this point, I absolutely blew up at him and called him out for how childish he's actually being. I'm honestly not sure who he is anymore because of this, and I'm genuinely thinking of leaving him. We haven't spoken in a couple of days, and honestly, an argument has never lasted this long. I might be the arsehole because I should have maybe took his side, but am I the asshole? Thoughts?
Tika?
I'm confused. Like I like
I really expected the article to be going in some other
a
direction.
direction, and I'm just kind of like,
when I read the title, I was like, okay, this guy's probably like crazy obsessive, right? And I think that's why you're gonna leave him. Like, but
I don't think he's the asshole.
yeah, honestly, he's the kind of petty that I like.
Yeah, like this isn't right. This is not that bad. Like, I don't find him to be the
Mary's
asshole.
him.
Nary, do you
Yeah.
think
Yes.
he's the asshole?
This guy, I like this guy so much. He is my type of petty.
An oil painting. He doubled down, added more,
He is my
and then
type
like
of petty but pedantic fucking. I like this guy. I got a painting. I got more cutouts. You gonna fuck you, bro?
yeah,
Tell
like
me
I'm
what
gonna
to
green
do.
screen my background, and it's gonna be Danny DeVito hugging me around the shoulder,
Oh
saying,
my
"What's
God.
up?"
I wish it was Danny DeVito as in Batman Returns as the Penguin. You
Oh
fucking
my
super
God!
creepy.
Stop.
Like, no, he goes to like the work from home, like whatever the video call, and he's wearing the other suit from Twins, and then he has Danny DeVito next to him.
Oh.
Here's my question. Excuse me.
Oh my God.
Why does she care that he left? He found another job. Why did she care?
Yeah,
Why
like
did she want to leave him?
I don't know. I guess she just wanted him to like. I mean, they've been together for 6 years, and like, you don't know the kind of sense of humor he has yet. Like, I don't get that. Like, it's like
Yeah,
being
you
together
should
6
know who
years.
he is. Mhm.
Yeah, like I understand. There's like that little. I would understand if the little part was like, oh, I was just upset at the fact that he didn't let me know he was gonna make a big life choice because we had A, B, and C planned. But she seemed like she just kind of wanted him to like do what everyone else asks and just keep moving. And the thing is, like, we just don't live in that day and age anymore. Like, where like you can't tell someone how to like decorate their own room. Like, if it's a work from home, it's a freaking pandemic. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, if
Yeah,
he's
not
showing
only
up,
that, but it's not like she said, look, he took another job and it pays less money.
Right.
Yeah.
Even then, that would make her a fucking money grubbing whore. But that's not like, why would you care about him he found another job? It's not like if she would have said he quit his job and now he's jobless. Okay, that's a situation.
That is
Let's
a
talk
situation.
about that.
yeah.
But that's not what she said.
No, like, he already has
we can only go by
something
what's
lined
written.
up, and he hasn't even put his notice in. Like, but he has something lined up, so he's already thought well in ahead. He just realized that these, and the thing is, no matter what, like, this other person blew off the handle with him right away, practically.
Yeah.
Like, if they
Yeah.
told him off within the second call because of a personal decoration he had in his room. Like, I'm sorry, did this man did he have a personal altercation with Danny DeVito? And he was just like, I don't need to see that man's face.
Oh, maybe Danny DeVito stole his girl one time. or something.
Maybe. Maybe he ate her booty like groceries and he got mad about it.
DeVito.
I'm sorry. Danny DeVito eats booty like the penguin. Eats
Oh my
fish.
God. The fact that we all did that at the same time. Perfection.
Perfect.
It lives in my head.
No,
No, because we all had
The
that
guy's
mental
not the
image of,
asshole.
Yeah.
the OP is clearly the asshole. I think the girl's the asshole. I go a step further. She's the asshole.
100% she is. Like, if you're thinking about leaving him because he found a job that's not going to bag on him for his
right.
for something that has nothing to do with his work that they shouldn't have an opinion about.
Yeah.
And on top of that, should have been broached very differently on their end.
Mhm.
And for them to say that his career there is dead because of a cardboard cutout and not the quality of his work. There's other places he could find right now.
Yeah.
It's a candidate's market.
Yeah.
I like this guy's pettiness. I'm a
Yeah.
fan. If I could
Yeah.
get his website, I would support him.
100%. Someone send me his PayPal. I'll be like, you, sir, go get like a whole bust made of DeVito.
His PayPal is $WUBROPOD.
That's
That's his Cash App. That's his PayPal. So that's his Cash App. If you want to go to his Cash App, it's WUBROPOD. Anyways, thank you guys for checking us out. Thank you guys, Martika and Stephanie, for hanging
Thank
out.
you.
Appreciate you guys. I love having you guys. I wish I could go back and figure out how many episodes of WuBro we've done this year. I don't. I'll figure it out as soon as we
There's
end
52
the
weeks
call.
in the year,
It's still
so
been a weird year. It's still been a weird year. Like,
I got to be honest with you, man. Since the pandemic, I've done more podcasting since the pandemic because we're now doing this shit remotely because we now have StreamYard and we now have these things where I didn't have before, where I had to physically be home and other people had to physically be in the neighborhood to be able to go to my house to record.
right.
So because of the pandemic, we've had to now think outside the box for recording podcasts.
Right.
And this has worked out. I've had a great time recording podcasts these last 2 years because we had to stop and think outside the box. Like we had to be like,
yeah. Well,
it's
I got
not
to come
just going.
back.
Yeah. So I'm sure, I don't know the numbers, but I'm sure 2021 WuBro wise was the most amount of episodes we've done since its incarnation 10 years ago. By the way, January will be the year number 10 of WuBro.
What?
Wow.
Oh, see
Yep.
that you got to find out. You got to find out how many we've done since then, and like what day is the actual 10 years.
Bro, 10. It would be the first week of January. I know it was the first week of January. We put it out the first week of January, and we're now on episode 342. So I could tell you that number. That number I know. says it right there in the corner. Says it right there in the corner, right there. 342. But I got to figure out how many we've done this year. I'm really, I'm impressed with ourselves. I'm happy that, and like I always say, no one person is bigger than the show because even when I'm gone, I love the fact that Mike and Stephanie and Martika have stepped in and Missy, and you guys don't give a fuck. You guys are like, he's not here. I don't give a fuck. Let's record. I'm like, great, have at it. That's fantastic. That makes me feel so good because Stephanie knows that in the past I've tried to do that in the past, and other co-hosts were not feeling that. They're like, if he's not here, I'm not doing a goddamn thing. And so I'm very happy.
Pretty good impression. I know you struggle with impressions, but that one that was pretty good. Slurred a little more, and you're good.
I know I can't. I don't know how to get that drunk. I don't know how to get that drunk. Listen, you guys are great. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for checking out. Make sure you check out the Patreon. Shout out to those who are Patreon contributors, such as Rookie, such as Mike's stepmom, and Yolanda. Shout out to her. Thank you, Melly, and thank you everybody, Mike, for checking in and everybody doing that. You guys have been great. Thank you, Stephanie, for stretching out in front of the camera. Appreciate that. And make sure you did. You literally just did. Why would you do that? I don't understand.
I'm tired.
Thank you guys for checking us out. I am very happy. Happy New Year. You guys are fantastic. Love you guys.
Happy New Year.
And that's how winning is done.